Hi guys, how's it going? Yay, I'm back. So, I meant to do these videos like a lot earlier. Sorry, it's taking me so long. We got crazy sick here at our house. Like my entire family, in pretty much the same day, we all had this crazy flu. I don't know. It seems to be going around our town, and yeah, it was nuts. It seriously kicked our butts for like 2 weeks. So I'm finally back. I'm finally feeling a little bit better. I'm still not 100%, unfortunately, but I am back. And dog is being weird. Yeah, so I'm going to do more of this tarot challenge because I really enjoyed listening to everyone's videos, and I really wanted to do it, and so I'm going to keep going. And even though I'm really late, that's the way it goes. But, the questions are the questions, and they're still fun, and so here we go. So the next one, so we're going to do day 3 and 4 today. So day 3, the question was top 5 oracle decks of 2016. For me, I don't have 5 because I don't actually use that many oracle decks, funny enough. I have one that's like a main one that I use, and that's the Enchanted Map Oracle. This deck doesn't really get very much credit, unfortunately, from what I've noticed, just on videos, other people's vlogs and things like that. But it is a wonderful deck. It's amazing how it reads. And I think because it's got a little bit of that surreal quality to it, but not even that. Like, it's just the messages down here, when you put them all together and do readings with it, it spells out the meaning for my clients, like, so quickly. Like, heal the ouch. Like, obviously someone's like, it could be physical hurt, could it be emotional hurt, and so you're processing, like, and it comes through so clearly. And I usually do like a crossing with that in my situational kind of spread, and it just shows me even more detail of what's going on. Like, I feel like sometimes with this deck, I could almost use it like a tarot deck. So seriously, highly recommend it. I'm probably gonna have to replace this one because it's like hacked up. There's like, yeah, here. I don't know if you can see that on the top. Like, it's getting, like, it's actually peeling, and there's like pieces like coming off because I use it so much, and I rifle shuffle too. So yeah, but yeah. So this is like a top deck for me. I do get bored after a while from using it because it's so good. I use it all the time, and eventually you're like, oh my god, I need something new. So I'm always still in the hunt of a good oracle deck. So if you have any recommendations of ones that you really love, please share and let me know. Now, another one, so that's usually how I start my readings, is with that particular deck. Or I'll use, now I know this isn't an oracle deck, but I'll use the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. So it's either Enchanted Map, how I start my readings, or the Dreams of Gaia. And it's just as like a nice warm-up, kind of getting the feel of what the energies are. And so that's why I like using this deck too, because it's a little bit different than just your regular standard Rider-Waite Tarot. So it gives some of those different messages, different feelings. It embodies more of those energy archetypes, I guess you could say. So it's a really nice opener. So often I'll, sorry, I got hair on my face somehow. Probably from the dog. Yeah, so I'll use either this one or my Enchanted Map. And then I do generally a tarot reading after that, and we kind of go further into more in-depth readings, but like more in-depth questions and whatnot. I really love this deck. it reads really intuitively, I find. But also, it has like, it's almost like a light energy about it. Like, it doesn't feel really deep, dark, you know, really shadowy. It has a lighter energy, so I like that as an opening deck, and I think that's why I choose it. You know, I'm sure you could go deep with this deck. I just find it works really well for an opening in terms of the readings. Now, let's go on. So after I'm done doing a tarot reading, so I open with the Oracle, I'll usually do tarot after that, and then I'll finish with a closing card, and for that, I like using my Messenger's Oracle. And so was The Dreams of Gaia by Raven Felon, I think is how you say your name. And then the Enchanted Map Oracle is Colette Baron Reid, I believe. So the Messenger's Oracle is a really great one too. And I find, I kind of golded mine, but I find with this one, it kind of, it works great as a closing because of these little messages like respect your boundaries. And often it emulates what we've already talked about in the reading, but maybe goes just a tiny bit further. So it kind of wraps everything up so nicely. That's why I use this deck. You know, like ending it off like stay strong, you know. It's just a nice final thought, basically, from our guides, you know. Yeah, so I really love this deck. I love the images as well. She's such an amazing artist. They're so mystical, magical. There's a little bit more shadow to this deck than the Dreams of Gaia, I find. So I like that shadow element as well. Like, this one is such a powerful card for me, Know Your Fears. And that really comes up a lot for me too. You know, when you're going into that shadow, because we have phases where it seems like you process through the shadow more, and then things kind of get brighter and lighter and you get happier, and then like you kind of go into that dark tunnel for a little while again. Yeah. And so that Know Your Fears often comes up when I'm in that shadow phase. So this is a wonderful deck to do, I find, for wrapping up my reading. As a closing statement, closing message. It's really great. And seriously, that's all I use for Oracle decks. That's all I've been using. I've bought other Oracle decks, but they often get passed on because I'm like, I just can't, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm really picky, I think. I think that's what it comes down to. Oh my gosh. I'm really picky. And I think I need to just make my own Oracle deck. And maybe I might be able to have some change that way, but still working with the areas that I like. I don't know if that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes some sense and I'm not just randomly rambling. Anyways, let's go to day 4 before I forget what we're talking about. And this is, I think, top 5 tarot books that we've been using. Over 2016. And now for me, I don't do a lot of tarot reading, but I'll show you the ones that I do really enjoy and like. Number 1, actually, that I absolutely love is Jenna Matlin's book, and I've talked about this one before too. Have Tarot Will Travel, I think is what she called it. And seriously, it's one of the best books I find. Major awesome tips in there for if you're, beginning with tarot, reading tarot for other people, and you're wanting to kind of get out there more, maybe do a festival, you do like I do rodeos, so it's so helpful having those tips with that book. So definitely, if you're looking at doing readings for other people and you want to kind of do events, go and pick that up because there's so many good tips. And she's an awesome person, by the way. Jenna Matlin's awesome. Okay, let's move on. You know, it's so silly because I actually use a lot of little guidebooks, but my favorite one is, funny enough, the Druidcraft. Funny enough, it's like my favorite deck, like my main deck that I use. But I find just the meanings in here, they're just really nice and simple. It's just kind of laid out for you. Yeah, and so it's just a nice revisit sometimes, just to look at some of these meanings. They're extremely clear in this little guidebook. However, if you do have the large guidebook for this, you are so lucky. My sister-in-law has it, so I've borrowed it from her, and I think I'm gonna have to, I don't know, copy it or something. So that's that one. So that's number 2. Number 3, I have Dreams of Gaia Tarot. I love this guidebook. I love the spiritual lessons in this guidebook. You know, Raven, she spent something like 8 years creating this deck, and I find just the knowledge in this book, the pathworking that's here, there's so much juiciness. So, you know, even if you're not hugely drawn to maybe the images or the deck itself, read the book. Oh my gosh, read the book. Use it for shadow work, for path working, for working on inner growth of the self. Another one I really love that I picked up was this one, 365 Tarot Spreads by Sasha Graham, revealing the magic in each day. This is such a cool, fun book. This is a tarot spread per each day. And what she's done is looked at what is happened in history on that particular day, and based a spread off of that. Because like sometimes there's main events that kind of similar themes repeat themselves over time, over the years, on particular days. So, excuse me. So she's got all these different spreads, and you can kind of follow along each day and do the spread that it's working with. Or if you want, you can look at the very back, and there's different sections, you know, like home and family. And then she has all the spreads, all the spreads here that you can look up. So if you're wanting to go into that area, you can just find it this way. And so it's just done by date, and then you look up that date. And you can find the spread. So it's so much fun. I really enjoy it. And she even gives you a little bit of the history on what happened on that day, you know, maybe years ago. So super fun. Okay, I have to hurry. So the last one I've been working on, although I haven't gotten very far, is the 78 Degrees of Wisdom, Book of Tarot by Rachel Pollack, revised with a new preface. So this book is really good. However, I do find it unfortunately a bit dry. I was hoping that this book would be more about her thoughts and her path working with tarot, how she reads the tarot. It's more so researched, it seems. That's the way it reads anyways. That it's more researched knowledge. And I really wanted to, get a sense of that personal scope, that personal journey that she's had with the tarot, how she views these cards on a personal level, from all the years that she's been doing and reading tarot and working with it. And she incorporates some of it, but I would say 75% of it is more researched. So if you want a good tool of something to look up, you know, and find out more, learn a little more in depth about the Rider-Waite system, that kind of thing, then you can pick this book up. It was unfortunate, a little bit of a downer for me, but it's still a book that I'm reading this in 2016. And yeah, that's about it. So you guys take care. I better jet or else I'm going to run out of time. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.